You're standing in a hotel conference room in Atlanta, Georgia. The carpet is that specific shade of burgundy that only exists in hotels and casinos. The chairs are stacked 3 deep. There are 400 people in a room designed for 250. The air conditioning can't keep up. It smells like desperation and cheap cologne. And every single person in this room is looking at you like you're the answer to their problems. You adjust your microphone, you smile the smile you've been practicing for 3 years, and you say the words you've said 1,000 times before. Your financial freedom starts today. The crowd erupts. But let's go back to the beginning. Because you weren't always the man on the stage, you were once the person in the crowd. Level 1. The recruit. It's 2012. You're 24 years old, working a dead-end sales job at a phone company in Charlotte, North Carolina. You make $32,000 a year. Your student loans are $67,000. You have $340 in your checking account and 3 days until rent is due. Your college buddy Marcus calls you out of the blue. You haven't spoken in 2 years. He sounds different. Confident, energetic, like he's selling something even when he's just saying hello. He tells you he's found something incredible. A company called Vitamax, a wellness brand that sells nutritional supplements, vitamins, health shakes. But it's not just a product company, it's a movement, a community, a wealth-building system. You're skeptical, but Marcus is driving a new BMW. He just got back from a company trip to Cancun, and he's offering to buy you dinner at a steakhouse you've never been able to afford. You say yes. Over a $60 steak you didn't pay for, Marcus explains the business model. You sell products, you recruit others to sell products. When they sell, you earn a percentage. When the people they recruit sell, you earn a percentage of that too. It goes 5 levels deep. The more people you bring in, the more you earn passively, without doing anything. You ask the obvious question, is this a pyramid scheme? Marcus laughs, warmly, practiced. A pyramid scheme is illegal. This is network marketing, multi-level marketing, totally legal, totally legitimate. Warren Buffett owns MLM companies. Did you know that? You didn't know that. You're not sure it's true, but the steak is good and the BMW is real, and Marcus seems genuinely happy. You sign up that night. The starter kit costs $499. You put it on your credit card. Level 2, the believer. The first month is electric. You go to the local Vitamax meetings every Tuesday night in a Hampton Inn off the highway. You listen to testimonials from people who've replaced their income, paid off debt, bought new cars. You get a mentor, a guy named Dale, who drives a white Range Rover and wears a watch that costs more than your car. Dale tells you the secret is belief. If you believe in the products and believe in the system, the money will follow. He tells you that your broke friends and skeptical family members are just dream stealers who don't want to see you succeed because it reminds them of their own failures. You start to distance yourself from anyone who expresses doubt. You post on social media constantly, motivational quotes, before and after photos of the supplements, captions about living life on your own terms and building something real. You DM everyone you went to high school with. You're not selling, you tell yourself you're sharing an opportunity. You sell $1,200 worth of product in your first month, mostly to your mom, your aunt, and 2 coworkers who feel sorry for you. After Vitamax takes their cut, you made $190. But Dale tells you that's normal for month one. The real money comes from building your downline, from recruiting, from duplication. So you focus on recruiting. Level 3, the recruiter. You get good at this fast. You have a natural ability to read people, to find the gap between where someone is and where they want to be, and position Vitamax as the bridge. You target people who are financially stressed but optimistic, people who've just been laid off, young mothers who want to work from home, recent graduates drowning in debt. You don't think of it as exploitation. You genuinely believe you're helping them. Within 6 months, you've recruited 14 people into your downline. They're all buying starter kits. They're all attending meetings. They're all posting on social media about financial freedom. Most of them are losing money. But you tell them what Dale told you. It takes time. It takes belief. It takes duplication. Your monthly check from Vitamax is now $2,400. Not enough to quit your job, but enough to make this feel real. You buy a new suit. You start speaking at the Tuesday night meetings. You're good at it. People listen when you talk. Dale promotes you to silver executive level. You get a certificate in a fake gold frame. You take a photo with it and post it online. The comments are full of people asking how you did it. You tell them to reach out, you'll buy them dinner. Level 4, the climber. By 2014, you've quit your job. Your downline has grown to 340 people across 6 states. You're earning $14,000 a month, not from selling supplements. You barely sell any product to actual customers anymore. Almost all your income comes from recruitment bonuses and a percentage of what your downline spends on their own starter kits and monthly product quotas. You move to a nicer apartment. You lease a Mercedes. You fly to the Vitamax annual convention in Las Vegas and sit in the front row. On stage, the company's founder, a silver-haired man named Richard Holt, who wears $3,000 suits and speaks in the cadence of a televangelist, tells 8,000 people that Vitamax is going to make them all millionaires. The crowd goes insane. Backstage after the event, Richard shakes your hand. He's heard about you, your growth numbers, your retention rates, your recruitment skills. He invites you to join the company's leadership council, a group of the top 50 earners in the entire network. You say yes before he finishes the sentence. What you don't fully process yet, what you're beginning to notice but aren't ready to examine, is that almost nobody in your downline of 340 people is making real money. Maybe 15 of them are making more than $500 a month. The rest are breaking even at best. Many are quietly losing money, buying their monthly product quota to maintain their active status, selling almost nothing to real customers. But they keep showing up to meetings, they keep believing, and you keep recruiting. 2016, you're earning $47,000 a month. You've stopped thinking of yourself as a salesperson. You're a trainer, a coach, a leader. You fly around the country holding your own events. You've developed your own system, a recruitment and training program you call the Blueprint, and you charge $197 for access to it. The Blueprint is technically separate from Vitamax. It's your own product, which means when people in your downline buy it, 100% of that money goes directly to you. You're now making money 3 ways: your Vitamax commission, your downline's product purchases, and the Blueprint. You hire an assistant, you hire a videographer, you start a YouTube channel and a podcast. You build a personal brand around wealth, mindset, and entrepreneurship. VitaMax is just one part of what you talk about. You're bigger than one company now. At a leadership council meeting in Miami, you raised something that's been bothering you. The income disclosure statement, a document VitaMax is legally required to publish, shows that the median annual income for a VitaMax distributor is $84. Not $84,000, $84. You ask Richard about it. He smiles patiently, the way you've seen him smile at 1,000 uncomfortable questions. Those are the people who didn't work the system, he says. You worked the system. Look where you are. You nod. You let it go. But you don't forget it. Level 6. The doubt. Late 2017. A journalist from a national magazine calls your assistant requesting an interview. She's working on a story about the wellness MLM industry. She has a list of questions. Your assistant sends you the questions. You read them once, then again, then a third time. She's done her homework. She's found former members of your downline, people who lost $8,000, $12,000, $20,000. A single mother in Ohio who maxed out 3 credit cards buying products she couldn't sell. A veteran in Texas who was told VitaMax would help him transition to civilian life and instead went into debt. She wants to know if you knew. If you know now. You spent 3 days in your apartment alone. No meetings, no calls. You pull up VitaMax's income disclosure statements going back 5 years. You look at your own downline data, all 2,700 people now. You do the math you've been avoiding. Less than 1% of the people in your network are making meaningful money. The vast majority are losing it. The product is overpriced and largely unsellable to real customers at retail. Almost all the revenue in the system comes from distributors buying product themselves to maintain their status, not from genuine consumer demand. You've known this for years. On some level, in the part of your brain you don't visit too often. You decline the interview. 2018, the FTC opens an investigation into VitaMax. You know what this means. You've seen it happen to other companies. It moves slowly at first, then all at once. You have about 18 months before this becomes public, and the whole thing starts unwinding. You begin quietly restructuring your finances. You've made $3.1 million from VitaMax and the Blueprint over 6 years. You move money into real estate. You buy 3 rental properties. You invest in index funds. Boring, unsexy, actual investments with actual underlying value. You stop actively recruiting for VitaMax. You tell people you're stepping back to focus on other projects. The Blueprint pivots. You rebrand it as a general entrepreneurship course. You scrub most of the VitaMax references from your social media. You never make a public statement. You never apologize. You just quietly disappear from the network, like fog burning off in the morning sun. In 2019, the FTC fines VitaMax $200 million and forces a restructuring. Richard Holt settles without admitting wrongdoing. Thousands of distributors lose everything. You are not charged with anything. You are not named in any lawsuit. You got out clean. It's 2023. You're 35 years old. You own 4 properties. You have a legitimate consulting business. You're genuinely, honestly building something real. But you still get messages. Not many, but enough. From people who were in your downline. Some of them are angry. Most of them are just sad. A woman named Patricia, who you personally recruited in 2015 messages you to say she's still paying off the credit card debt from her Vitamax years. She doesn't ask for anything. She just wants you to know. You stare at that message for a long time. You made $3.1 million. Patricia is still in debt. You were never the victim of the pyramid scheme. You were never even really the architect of it. You were somewhere in the middle. A cog who became a gear, who became part of the machine, telling yourself the whole time that you were just helping people. The question you ask yourself now, alone, honestly, did you know? And the honest answer, the one you'd never say out loud, yeah, you knew. So what does every level of a pyramid scheme actually look like? At the bottom, it looks like hope, like a way out, like finally catching a break. At the middle, it looks like success, just enough to keep you in and keep you recruiting. At the top, it looks like leadership, like vision, like you've cracked the code everyone else is too small-minded to see. But the math was never going to work. It never does. For every person who makes money in a system like this, there are hundreds who lose it. That's not a bug in the model. That is the model. The people at the bottom weren't stupid. They weren't lazy. They were just the last ones in. And someone put them there.